This is another movie about, poltergeists and exorcisms and ghosts and demons taking over people, and you're thinking, oh, here we go again, another exorcism movie. And I'm thinking like, oh, I gotta watch this movie and see what happens. And you know what? It turned out to be really good. Really, really good. I was like intrigued, like, oh shoot, I'm not really intrigued in movies like this. Then the movie decided to take a left turn and give you what a twist moment towards the end that leaves you like, huh. So today, that movie that left me in the end like, huh, was no other than Hereditary. I'm reviewing it now on Movie Breakdown. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Zakka, and what is Movie Breakdowns? Movie Breakdowns are a movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F, plus and minuses do count. Sometimes I have friends on, sometimes it's just me on a solo round. Now, today I'm reviewing the movie Hereditary, who was actually requested to me by a friend, Steve. So Steve, you know who you are. Thank you for this movie. I appreciate it. It took me a moment to find and get a hold of, but this is my actual review of it. And now I have watched the movie, and I was really intrigued in it. I was like suspended, like not suspended, but like, in suspense, on the edge of my seat, like how this movie's gonna turn out, like what's gonna happen, like oh my gosh. And then in the end of the movie, it was like, that's it? What the heck? Okay. So that's my first thought of the movie. It's kind of like the horror movie of Wonder Woman. Because Wonder Woman has an excellent first and second act, and that third act just kind of like drops off. And this movie, first and second act is really good. And that third act, the act that would take you home, the home run, and feel like, yeah, I'll watch the movie again. No, it was like, really? That's what we're going to do. And we're just going to leave it at that. Okay. All right then. So what the movie's about? You have a family of a mom, a dad, a son, and a daughter. And the mom like creating little, stick figures and toys and dolls of her family and everybody who has passed away and things like that, and life memories. So the grandma, or her mother I should say, passes away early in the movie. And then the mom's name, going a little new school here on my phone. The mom's name in this movie is Annie Graham, who's played by Toni Collette. So Annie, she just lost her grandma, lost her mom. She is really out of it, like sad. She already lost her father, she already lost her brother, like just through like suicide and just depression and really sad things. So she's going through it. And in the beginning of the movie, she's like trying to cope with everything. Well, throughout the movie, her husband, who plays by Gabriel Byrne, is it Byrne? B-Y-R-N-E. So it's actually Byrne. Sorry about that. Gabriel Byrne. Every episode I get one person's name wrong. And I'm pretty sure I get everybody else's name wrong too. But Gabriel Byrne plays Steve. So he's the dad. He's kind of like the voice of reason in this movie. And then you have Millie Shapiro played by Millie Shapiro plays Charlie Graham, and then Alex Wolff plays Peter Graham. Now, acting per se in this movie is really good. I love the acting. Everybody in this movie acts so well. It is great. Now, back to the storyline here. So, Millie gets killed. The mom, Annie, she forces Peter to take Millie, who's probably middle schooler, maybe freshman in high school, like somewhere between 8th and 9th grade, and definitely Peter is like a sophomore, junior, senior. Anyway, he goes to a college party or a high school party, forced to take his sister with him. His sister somehow gets choked up eating cake or something like that, starting to have like, getting choked up, can't breathe, and Peter is trying to get her home so the mom could take her to the hospital. Well, as Peter trying to get her home, Millie decided to put her head out the window and just get her head decapitated. Like it's bad. Like you see it in the movie and you're like, oh man, this is horrible. But it's a horror movie. What more can you expect? But she gets decapitated, and Annie loses it. She is crying for a long period of time and just losing it and just crying and sad and just sorrow. And Peter's like, just don't want to hear it. Peter goes in his room, and Annie trying to do whatever she can to get her daughter back. She wants her daughter back. She can't lose another death in her family. She needs some kind of sorrow. And this lady named Joan, who played by Ann Dowd. I'm gonna go with that. Joanne? It's probably Joanne. But she, I won't say Joan. I probably got it wrong. Sorry guys. Second person. But anyway, Joan goes and tells Annie that, hey, I have a way to bring back your daughter. And it's a form of like, I was not maybe it's a poetry, guys. I can't think what she called it, but like she used the Ouija board and was able to get the there's a name for it right now. I'm losing it, but able to bring like the spirit of her son back into the room. So Annie does it with Millie, and Millie comes back and like, oh my gosh, Millie's back. Well, Millie draws throughout the movie. She likes to draw in this little book, and throughout the movie it shows like the death of Peter. And you're like, oh shoot, Peter's gonna die. Like, this is happening. Well, Annie wants to stop this because one, Millie took over Annie, which you thought was Millie, took over Annie and tried to kill Peter at night. And Peter was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm sleepwalking, I'm sorry. Well, towards the end of the movie, the spirit started to take over Annie and pretty much go after Peter and pretty much kills Peter. And this is where the twist happens. Peter wakes up and there's like dead bodies walking around, headless people walking around, and they go into the tree house of the family and they dub Peter King of Hell. And you're like, what'd I just watch? The movie picked up, acting was great, like it was really great, and then just change. Anyway, Joanne's kind of about, I think it's Joanne, she ended up being like a connection between the spiritual world and the real world, and she was trying to get the King of Hell to come to the real world, and she was hunting down his family, or like watching over his family, because the grandma was supposed to be the piece to the underworld from what it looked like in the movie. It was some weird change and turn that was like didn't make any sense. Like, I can understand that Annie wants to bring back her daughter. Her daughter comes back evil because she got killed by her brother by mistake, and her daughter blames the brother. Millie blames Peter. Makes perfect sense. That's how the movie should end, where Peter and Annie learn how to work together to stop the ghost, the demon, or the spirit, the angry spirit of Millie sorry, I keep saying Millie, but Millie from trying to kill everybody in the family. That makes perfect sense. But this twist at the end where you have the King of Hell take over and just decide to like, oh, this is a new thing. Peter, you're now the King of Hell. What? And you can go back, well, Lee, you can go back to this part of the movie where she goes back to the books and see that Joanne's been there with the grandma, and see Joanne's at the funeral, and Joanne's at the wedding. Joanne was here in the page in the book about the guy that was like jokester and pranksters mischief. Like, I don't give a rat's butt about that. That was not in this movie. This is not what I decided to watch. And I'm like, irked, because you took a turn that didn't need to be taken in this movie. Everything else is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I love the lighting of the movie. I love the cinematography in this movie. I love the characters in this movie. I love the actors in this movie. Everybody did such a great job. I love how like the movie goes from like night to day in like a flash like that. It almost like reminds me of the indie film, which Lionsgate was the one to kind of push this out. So it was the indie, but it was like really neat to see how this movie played out. The music in this movie was great. Everything about this movie until the third act was like great. And then after that, it was like, what am I watching? And when the movie went off, I was kind of angry watching this movie. I was like, I spent time watching this movie and kind of irked. Now, let's break down the characters. So I kind of already talked about Millie Shapiro, who Shapiro, who plays Charlie Graham. I kept calling her Millie because I know it's easier to call her Miller than Charlie, but she played Charlie Graham, and I thought she did great. I don't have any negative thing to say about the actors in this movie. I thought everybody did great in this movie. I thought the emotions they portrayed, how Millie's character Charlie would be like a clueless little girl who was smart but just didn't really talk, and she was weird and kind of like just didn't really, you know, socially awkward. And you seen that. You saw the way she moved and the way she talked and kind of kept to herself. Like she wasn't really like a social person. She didn't really want to be in social settings, and she was like just there. And then Peter, who was this teenager who's got a bunch of angst and like scared all the time. When he's scared, he's whiny, and he's like whiny character and just terrified, and it was great. Like his screams and cries was great. And Peter, who played by Alex Wolff, I thought like it just, you know, great. I thought he was great. I thought Toni Collette, who played Annie Graham, was great. Gabriel Byrne, who played Steve, I thought they was great. Like I said this earlier, but the cast of this movie is great. Acting skills is phenomenal. I have no complaints. And they made you feel a certain way because they were supposed to make you feel a certain way. Like Peter being a whiny person, Alex did a great job making him that whiny character. You just like, I do not like the fact you whine all the time and cry, but okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. You're scared, and then, you know, Steve yelling at Annie, telling her to stop trying to bring Charlie back. Like it was cool. Like I love the acting of everybody in this movie. Cinematography, great. I love the lighting. I love the designs. I love everything, where everything's set up, everything put together. How you see Peter looking down in the background. You see like Annie when she's possessed, walk up in the corner, and she sits there watching it, which is creepy. And then like the door open up and some random thing in the door, and you're like, that makes no sense. But that's even creepier. This movie, the noises, the sounds, the music, everything in this movie, besides the ending, is really good. And the ending really soars it for me because it's like, you just dropped the ball. You went from a really like good movie to like a movie I'm like, I'm gonna give my grade on it, and it's like, wow, it just went from really good to average. So, grading time. Well, she watched, I guess first you say, she watched the movie on Friday night with friends and family. I'll say yes. You can watch a movie on Friday night with friends and family, let everybody get suspense and see how it happened, and then discuss the end of the movie, because that'd be a really interesting talking point from here on out. And then, grading time. I'm gonna grade this movie a solid C. Yeah, the ending, what really kept this movie from being a B for me, because it was really good. It kept me entertained. Acting was great. Music was great. I was in it. And I thought about getting this movie like an A at first, and then the ending just went, just completely cut that in half. Went from here to, and I'm like, what, why? So because of that, the movie got a C grading for me. It was a C. And I hope people say this movie is one of the great horror movies out there. And I really hope this is not one of the great horror movies out there, because if you think this movie is a great horror movie, but the fact that like the ending makes no sense, then I'm not sure what to tell you. It, to me, is a really good horror movie. This movie, just, the ending of it really ruined it for me. So I'm giving the movie a solid C. Everything else about the movie is great, but that ending just really made it from a really great movie to an average movie that I'm like, what, WTF? Why did you do this to me? Like, you had a perfect setup. Finish it off like it is. With a great ending, and you just decided like, ball in trash can. Screw this ending. I'm gonna put my own ending into it. And I'm like, that makes no sense. Then not one person in that writing room was like, I don't think we should do this yet. I think we should do a sequel and then add the extra crazy stuff into it. Until then, let's just finish this movie. No. But okay, that's my thoughts on it. If you guys seen the movie Hereditary, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. I'm really curious, because maybe there's something I missed and there's something you like. Hey, Ali, I think you need to think that, and I'll listen to your opinion. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend about my series. Tell a friend about Grind Towards Success. Tell a friend about the Movie Breakdown series. If you really like these episodes, I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It means so much. I can't tell you how much it means. Like it's like, I'll be really grateful you just told a friend and share and subscribe to the series. And thank you guys for watching this. Also, if you want to follow my journey outside of YouTube or Facebook, you can go to my Instagram page and you can follow me on my Instagram page at Ali_Zakka. It's right here. Put it right here in my face. That way you're like, where's his face at? Well, it's right behind the Instagram logo. Yeah, but you can follow me on my Instagram page. And also, if you want another episode of Grind Towards Success or movie breakdowns, you can watch the episode of Grind Towards Success right here. You can watch the last episode of movie breakdowns right there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome.